Shadows move where no one stands. Cold breath brushes unseen hand. Footprints fade in midnight trails. Something waits beyond the veil. Cryptid eyes and forest deep, ancient things that never sleep, cursed words and sacred tales. We cross the line beyond the veil, beyond the veil, where the darkness tells secrets buried, broken spells, true crime, ghosts and haunted trails. Enter now, beyond the veil. Beyond the veil, beyond the veil. Shadows move where no one stands. Cold breath brushes unseen hands. Footprints fade in midnight trails. Something waits beyond the veil. Cryptid eyes in forest deep, ancient things that never sleep, cursed words and sacred tales. We cross the line beyond the veil, beyond the veil.
Perfect. Perfect. What's going on? Welcome to the Nonsensical Network and welcome back to Beyond the Veil. Tonight we are going to be talking about a place that has become legendary when it comes to hauntings, ghost stories, legends, and that is Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I said I was going to learn how to say that word, and I still can't.
Let's try sanatorium.
Sanatorium. Santeria. But we're not going to just tell you guys what you've already read about or heard about, maybe a little bit. It's going to be more, we were actually there, and we spent the night there. So we have, a little bit more to talk about. But before we get into what happened to us, we're going to take you through the sorry, I have notes, but mine I can't get to right now, so I'm trying to look at Kayla's, and it's hard to read her writing. Some of the most famous stories surrounding it. We're going to tell you exactly what happened during our own experience as well.
Did you fix it?
Yeah, I'm going to fix my camera. You can do it. You're good.
All right, so before we really start, we're going to make something very clear. We are going to separate the history from the legend. So if something is documented, we will definitely tell you that. If there's the proof of it, we'll tell you that. We'll also go through the stories that you've probably heard and, seen on some of these ghost hunting shows and whatnot. And then we will get to our own experiences in our overnight. But when we talk about that, that's all it is. It's our experiences. We're just going to tell you what happened, and ghosts don't perform on command. So, we'll let you know what we caught or didn't catch, and see what your thoughts are.
And we want you guys involved, obviously. Always want you guys involved in the chat. Speaking of the chat, real quick. Say hi to everybody. Scorpio's in the building. Daniel's in the building. Shaman, ODN TV. What's going on, everybody? Billy, welcome. I'm gonna fly through you guys. What's going on, everybody? So while we're talking and whatnot, feel free to drop your chats. Have you ever been to Waverly Hills? Have you ever investigated a haunted location? Do you believe places can hold on to energy, or are ghosts complete bullshit? These are your opinions. Tell us what you think. Let us know. Make sure you guys are active. Feel free to share the show out if you want. That is always welcomed as well. But before we get started, everybody, well, I guess I can ask you guys too, because you're here. You're here, and anybody, do you guys actually believe or feel like Waverly is haunted, or is it just BS?
I personally think it's 100% haunted. I've been there multiple times. I've experienced a lot of stuff there. I'm kind of in that, pretty short zone.
I mean, I've only been there once. Read all the stories, heard all the legends. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of, after spending the night there, I'm still undecided. I don't know. Did weird shit happen? Yeah. Well, we'll get into that more. Later on, we'll get into that more.
Connor, what are your thoughts? My nephew who went on the overnight with us is kind of sitting off to the side here. You can just talk from there if you want, or he's right here. This is Connor. Connor, what do you think about Waverly? Do you think it's haunted, or?
I think it's haunted, and I 100% believe that places can hold certain energy, especially when it comes to traumatic things that happen there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's sanatorium and everything, so there was a lot of dark things that happened there, and a lot of things that we now can't really fathom, because during our time now, it seems completely bonkers. But during that time, it was normal. It was a complete normal thing to be mistreated like that. But now we have a lot of these laws and everything that can, kind of just prevent that kind of stuff from happening. I 100% believe that it's haunted.
Okay. All right. So I think we should probably ask the question, what is Waverly Hills? Can't really assume that all of you know what it is. Assume that you've heard of it before. Some people haven't. So we're going to go clear back to the beginning. So in the early 1900s, tuberculosis was devastating Louisville and Jefferson County. And the building itself, it was built on a very small scale. It was a 2-story building. They opened it up in 1910. And it was really only built to house 40 to 50 patients. And that, that really wasn't cutting it.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the TB outbreak, they didn't last very long at all. The demand was enormous for patients that needed rooms. They needed more beds. They needed a much bigger facility. And that's where it went from a 2-story, essentially a 2-story house, like Kayla said, for 40 to 50 patients. They started the construction of the structure that we now know, which I'll give you guys kind of an idea. And it is a very intimidating looking building, but once you're inside of it, it's not nearly as big as you think it is. This is from the inside, down at the end of one of the wings. And that is the outside looking in on it. So when you're first walking up, it is kind of it's an intimidating structure with the size. So they began the construction in like 1924 for the actual building that we see now. And it was opened up with room for more than 400 patients by 1926.
Okay.
Yeah. I got hair. Hey, hair. I got a ghost on my face.
And, during this time, they started calling the tuberculosis the white plague. So it was definitely affecting a lot of people. So they didn't know how to treat it. And this was their solution, was placing everybody at Waverly Hills and just kind of experimenting. Terrible thing to say, but that's basically what they did. And this isn't your normal hospital. Patients didn't just show up there. Oh, I have an appointment. I need to go get my checkup from the doctor and see how I'm doing. This was a place that it was basically its own world, like its own little town. The patients lived there. The doctors lived there. The nurses worked and lived there. There were farms, so they could, supply their own food. There was livestock. There was a chapel. So it turned into a community infrastructure supporting the people who lived and worked there. So it's not something you just go and then turn around and say, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm done for the day. Let me go home.
Yeah, which means you didn't. When you walk through Waverly's today, you're not walking through an empty building that once happened to be a hospital. You're actually walking through a place where people spent most of their time and a good part of their life, or what was left of their life there. Some people got better, obviously, as they started to learn more about TB and how to take care of it. They got better, and then some never went home. And that's where we are tonight. But let me ask you, what was the first thing about the history of Waverly that really just kind of stuck with you, that I guess piqued your curiosity about Waverly?
Well, like one thing that, really made me think is just what the patients went through in general. They were sick. They felt awful. They couldn't breathe. They had TB. The treatments were all experimental. They really didn't know what would help. It was based purely on guesses. And it wasn't just adults who were going in there. There were children living there. There was children that were sick. And that's the life that they knew, was living in this place where their playground was on top of the building. They had a swing set on the roof. And, it's just, when you really think about that and the experiences they went through and those children went through, I just think it's really heartbreaking.
To answer some of the chat here, it's crazy. It's not my stomach making those noises. It's actually storming, which is kind of weird that we're doing a show and it's storming. Yeah. So it wasn't a psychiatric facility. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It was a TB hospital, was its original design and what it was there for. And it ran from 1910 to 1961, I believe, to answer Shaman's question. And then it shut down. And then it reopened a few years later for a few years. And it was a geriatric, and we'll get to it. But it was like a rehab facility, essentially. So it was never actually an asylum, so to say. It was a hospital. I think a lot of people get that confused, and I think that's what leads to the lore behind the haunting and everything like that. Because scary as insane asylum sounds, more intimidating than I'm going to go to a haunted hospital.
True.
But yeah, it opened in 1910 for the TB. So for you guys, we have a question for you guys. So feel free to answer in the chat. She's not.
What? Because you're wrong.
I'm wrong about what?
If you guys were in that time frame and they thought you had TB, would you voluntarily go to Waverly knowing that the treatments are experimental? You had no idea if it was going to help, if you were going to come home. Would you guys voluntarily go there, or would you run as fast as you could in the other direction?
I'm thinking my chances with TB and all. I don't know. Because I'm sure like back in the day when it was functioning outside of being a patient, it was probably pretty nice there. Like you had farm and animal, and like they believed, that was one of the biggest misconceptions, is that they believed that fresh air helped. Mm-hmm. That's why it was built the way it was.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather go there than a loony bin. So
it's true.
What up, Moto? Depends on how depressed I was, I guess. Well, you're not going for depression. You're going because you got TB.
But you also have to think TB was extremely contagious. So, being around your family and your friends like that would put them at a major risk as well. Mm-hmm.
So we're actually going to get into that now, what it was like to be a patient there. If you guys can, and even us here, if you guys listening can, try to put yourselves in the shoes of somebody who was actually there. You have TB, you're sick, you're scared, and you're being separated from your family because the disease is highly freaking contagious. Hence why it was, a plague, so to say. And then you arrive at this monstrous building with nobody that you know. What?
So you're laying there, you're listening to the people next to you. They built a room so one side of them had doors, and through the day they would wheel all the patients out in their beds, and they would just be outside on their porches. They thought fresh air and the sunlight was a big factor in helping these people get better. But imagine that you're laying there and you're listening to these people cough around you, and knowing that, you could wake up tomorrow morning and they might not be there anymore. Like that to put yourself in that position and really think about how you would feel, like it just makes it more scary, I think. Like, I don't feel like you would have that sense of security and trust in the doctors.
Not really.
In my opinion. But,
In your opinion.
would that make you guys more afraid of being there, or like, oh well, whatever happens.
Or knowing history actually makes them less afraid because
Yeah.
because you know what you're seeing, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is true. That is true.
If you say so, buddy. Yeah, but no. Put your guys in that situation. What do you think? Does that make the building more terrifying?
What a moo dog.
Yeah, he said. He said hi, Kayla.
I know I'm blind. I can't see it.
I didn't know if you could see it if I put it up on the screen.
I can see it on the screen, yeah. So this is where we really need to be careful with some of the numbers. So there are a lot of people talking and throwing facts around that aren't really provable facts. You've probably heard claims that there were thousands upon thousands of people that died there. You know, we found the places where it says 50,000 to 60,000 people died, but that's not a proven fact. The number is unknown. So, you know, you really have to watch and see what you can actually prove, and what is just kind of being thrown around is just stories and guesses, legends.
No, exactly. You know, like you said, the actual number is disputed, and we're not going to inflate it just to make it sound scarier.
Exactly.
You know, because yeah, we could be like 200,000 people died at Waverly because of whatever. You know, we can make shit up for if we wanted to, but we're not going to. Because in reality, it's already very disturbing. I mean, it is what it is. It is, you know, it was a pandemic, a plague that affected people all over. And that's how, whatever the number may be, thousands of people literally became part of Waverly's history. And a lot of people did die there, unfortunately. But early medicine was not that great. Let's be honest.
So this is where we come to one of the most infamous spots in Waverly Hills. It's a place that I personally find very creepy. Like it weirds me out being in it. The body chute. There's not many places that you can say have a body chute, but Waverly has one, and it's big.
I don't know about the pudding, Billy, but hey, man, if that makes you happy, and it won't, and a little less freaked out going to Waverly. Yeah, Modog, we're gonna kind of, as we're talking, we're gonna make sure we get your guys' chats up here. It's easy in today's world to look back at this stuff and talk about it, but damn, you know, like we've said, you know, a couple times, and we'll probably say more times. Imagine being there during that time. You don't even have to put yourself in a patient's shoes. Imagine being a nurse or a doctor or an employee, a maintenance guy. You know, I'm a maintenance guy, and you know, unfortunately, the maintenance guys were probably dragging more bodies out of there than anybody else. So, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shoes you could put yourself in. I don't think they did have a crematorium there.
Don't believe so.
No, and we're actually going to get into that with the body chute or the death tunnel. There's that you know, whatever you've heard. It's essentially a tunnel running down the hill from the building, and it became associated with, you know, moving the bodies out of the hospital. The idea was practical enough that if patients constantly saw bodies being taken in and out of the hospital or taken out of the hospital, their morale is going to go down quite a bit. You know, you're already there, you're sick, you're terrified, you don't know what's going to happen, and you're alone. And then you just see body after body after body being wheeled past you. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm tossing myself off the roof.
Yeah.
Or one of the big open balconies.
I mean, I feel like the body chute, like, I understand the functioning of it, but like I feel like it was so disrespectful to the patients that didn't make it, because it's essentially literally goes from the building clear down over the hill to an open area where they would pick the bodies up. And when you go in the body chute, there's one side that has stairs and the other side just has a flat.
It was a slide.
Yeah, it looked like a
It was a
slide. They had they would hook like a belt system and they would just put the bodies on there and move them on down, and they would pick them up and put them in the cars at the end of the hole at the other end.
The sad part about it is that they did keep in mind the morale of the patients, but not the staff. The stairs were more likely used for the staff to enter. So you are going to work, or you're running late or something like that, and you are running up the stairs or walking past multiple bodies dropping right next to you. And there was no divider. There was literally a slide right next to you while you're walking up to work. And we walked up enough stairs to know that it had to be a workout. But
yeah. So that tunnel became one of the most famous locations at Waverly.
Not so much catacombs as much as just a tunnel. I think that's really the only thing that they had that technically was underground. Yeah, it was Contagion. Yeah, I bet that was, it had to be, like I said,
part of it.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
No, I can't deal.
Waverly. Yeah. So just like, some of us are old enough to remember like laundry chutes or, hotels and stuff had them. It's essentially the same thing, but it's a massive tunnel, and they would just right down and, kind of like how they, exactly.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a luggage conveyor belt. I know 16 minutes, but the young man with you guys, Kayla's nephew. Yes.
Yeah, Sarge, this is Connor.
Yeah, that's Connor. So yeah, like Kayla said, the death tunnel, the body chute, whatever you want to call it, has become one of the most famous locations at Waverly. And this is one of those places where the history and the paranormal stories kind of slam into each other. You're able to separate the history and the haunting or the paranormal side, but not in this instance. Investigators have reported voices, footsteps, cold spots, shadowy figures, unexplained experiences. You name it, they've felt it down there. But again, reported paranormal activity doesn't automatically mean we've proven anything. It is what it is.
So I have a question. Would you guys rather overnight investigate the body chute or the 5th floor? And we'll get into the 5th floor next.
Yeah. Pick one. Tell us why, fuckers.
But about the death chute, it kind of shows they built a whole separate thing to transport bodies. That's how many people died. The amount of lives that were lost, and each life had a story. They all had daughters, sons, siblings, parents. I mean, they all lost somebody, or they lost themselves. It was quite literally. So most of the time when people went in there, it was pretty much what's it called? What did I say? I said something. I have awful memory though. But it's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah.
I mean, you go in there and the only time you're coming out is down the body chute, which it's hard. And a lot of the staff had to have known that it was a death sentence.
Yep.
And knowing that they couldn't do anything about it, just sit there and watch them die, not knowing a cure or how to really help, is very traumatic for the staff as well as the patients.
So
Shaman said 5th floor.
I know. So
And
Shaman, when we get through the story, I'm going to ask you again if you would still prefer the 5th floor.
Billy said, "What's the 5th floor?" Before I said.
Okay, so
And Mo Dog,
the 5th floor.
Mo Dog said, "How are you going to ask a question about the 5th floor when you haven't told us yet?" It's called a cliffhanger to keep you hanging on.
Like, see how lucky. Are you feeling lucky?
Body shoot. The people were hopefully already dead. So more trauma was on the 5th floor.
That actually is kind of a good point.
Yeah. Well.
So the 5th floor, and this is one of the most famous stories. It has been proven. They have the proof of the people dying and everything. So the main place on the 5th floor is room 502. There were 2 documented deaths in that area. And according to the historical research from the Louisville Ghost Hunters Society, a head nurse was found dead in 1928. And she hung herself. So they found her hanging a light fixture in that room. And then moved forward to 1932, and there was another nurse who threw herself out of the window to commit suicide. So that's 2 suicides basically in 1 floor, 1 area, 1 room.
And of course, over the years, those documented tragedies became surrounded by paranormal stories.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's the birth of a ghost story right there. People have reported the voices, the movements, strange sensations, and other unexplained experiences as well. And when we get into sharing our night there, we're going to talk a little bit about room 502. So hang on for that as well.
But I do want to make sure everybody is clear. Like, there's a distinct difference. The deaths are history. The deaths are history. They're facts. The paranormal activity that are in those areas, they're experiences that people have had. There's no real proof, scientific proof of them. But it doesn't mean it's not haunted, and it doesn't, that people are lying or not experiencing what they're experiencing. So it's just the history and the legends and experiences are separate, two completely different things.
And that distinction absolutely matters. That's one of the big things that we're talking about tonight. Because if something happened to us at Waverly, we're going to tell you exactly what happened. We're not going to automatically going to call it a ghost. Before we tell everyone what happened to us, what did you expect room 502 to be? I can go to both of you guys, actually, since you were there too, Thunder.
Do you want to answer first?
For room 502.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I'm reading. Shaman said, "At least I have my puggle to snuggle my dog. You're screwed."
So, room 502 was said to be a nurse's station, which explains why the nurse's suicide and everything. I expected it to be very heavy, considering that there was a reason why they killed themselves. We don't know the reason, but I'm guessing part of the reason was because they knew they couldn't do anything, and they were there just experiencing death left and right, and some of them, it's just human to develop a friendship or something like that with the patients, and the next day they could drop dead, and you would see them fly down a body chute and never see them again. So it's a very heavy topic for everyone that was involved, and it's even heavier for us to talk about it and hear about it. But I expected it to be severely heavy, very emotional too. Just a lot to take in, knowing that exact room you're standing in.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that. With the deaths being suicides, I really expected it to be a very kind of just draining room. I feel like you would have went in and just that
Dread,
lost, being so lost, and that much sadness and that much desperation. I feel like that those type of emotions just cling to an area, and it seeps into the walls, and it just, I feel like there's no way it could not have an effect on you. What did you think? Did you have any expectations for 502?
I didn't. So my mindset's a little bit different. And as you two know, we've talked about it, and I think we've kind of dabbled around with it a little bit here on the network. I don't know if it's being an empath or sensitive or whatever. I try not to go into places with too many expectations so that I'm not already, kind of like Modog said here, I'm not already at a heightened level where I want to, but it was definitely a room that I wanted to get to. I wanted to get there. And from the moment we walked in, I felt like that room was, calling out, and I wanted to be in that room. So that was one of the big areas that I wanted to spend a lot of time in. So, but I don't think I really had any big expectations for the room itself. I just knew I wanted to be up there for a while. So,
okay.
But for the chat, for you guys, the same question, or not really the same question.
You guys still picking 502?
Yeah. Would you?
Or are you changing to 502?
Yeah. Would y'all go to 502 alone, and hang out there, and be honest with us. My job is on it. Well, that being said, I do believe people who are open to it have better opportunities to actually experience
I
themselves.
agree with that fully.
100%.
I grew up in a haunted house. My whole family saw the ghost that was there of an old couple in their 90s who lived on the street. That backed up what we experienced and saw. Oh, yeah. Susceptibility level also makes difference in types of contact. Yeah, exactly, 100%. I think people that aren't open to it but attribute it to something they deem logical, while at the same time ignoring the facts that would be logically show it's haunted. Yeah. Room 502 used to be the nurses' station at Waverly Hills. That's one of the most active rooms there in the building. So yeah, I mean, the question remains, and we'll let you guys chat, drop your chats. Would you guys go to room 502 alone? Would you spend some time there and hang out and see what happens? Another story there is, obviously not every story from there is terrifying. And one of the most famous alleged spirits is Timmy. The story describes a child spirit associated with the building. People have reported hearing or interacting with a childlike presence, and even reported experiences involving a ball. Waverly's own paranormal history reference reports Timmy and other unexplained encounters.
And, that's where the paranormal conversations get interesting, because sometimes people report experiences that aren't frightening, but you also, you have to look at what you're dealing with. You know, sometimes it's curious, sometimes it's playful. Sometimes it's just something that was like, that was really, really strange. That was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
But something that I feel, especially when it comes to child spirits, you know, a question you need to ask is it really a child? Because sometimes, you know, the bad side of the paranormal will pose as children. And, you know, just to gain that trust and try to get the interaction with people, which can go bad fairly quickly, you know, if that's something that you truly believe in.
There are 100%. There's something evil there. There are, as well as multiple, like, different kinds of spirits. Like, kids tend to be more playful, or sometimes they can be shy, just like how kids that are living right now are.
Mhm.
And there are some adults that are hostile, and some that are welcoming or nurturing and stuff like that. But there are also spirits that were never human. There are spirits that are more demonic, and they are called entities. They tend to be more just malice, like very not okay. They don't tend to like people kind of poking around. And some, like all of these places, some could be indigenous land. Some
Mhm.
could be historic and spirits tied to land and stuff like that.
So I like. Well, there are bats in the building. I don't know if they're going to hurt you, but there are bats in the building. And Billy said he would just go to room 501 and hold his ear to the wall.
There were indeed bats. I almost got slapped upside the head with
yeah, I had to dodge a couple of them too.
If you don't like bats, do not go on the body chute.
Yeah,
there's not much head clearance, and there's plenty of bats.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mo Dog. You know, even though I'm a believer in all things paranormal, cryptid, obviously we all know that I'm a cryptid. You know, I do go in with a sense of more of a scientific, I guess, approach to it, and try to debunk things or look at the logic, you know, to try to make things make sense. If we're talking ghosts, not demons, and I'd probably meditate there and see what happens. That would be cool. And Modog said, "Back, Shaman. Big difference between someone stuck in between moving on, ghost, and a fucking demon."
It's a big difference.
Huge. And
I mean, not that like bad, you know, devil cult things happened there, but like when you get as much tragedy and trauma in a place, it opens doors, it opens portals, it can bring other things in that don't belong there.
So back to what I said in the beginning, I 100% believe that places can have certain energies about them.
It
took me a minute to realize there's not a bunch of baseball bats there.
Unspent negative energy. So, and we can kind of answer this as well. But before we move on to the next portion of here, let me ask you guys, and you guys as well, and myself, if you could ask one question to a spirit at Waverly Hills, what would you guys ask it? You know, what would you want to know? And while we wait for them to respond, what would you guys ask?
I think I would ask why they hadn't crossed over yet. Like, do they have something, some type of unfinished business or a message that they're trying to get to somebody and they're just stuck there?
Or something that's not letting them.
Yeah, is there something blocking them? Or, you know, do they even realize that they're not living anymore?
I'd like to ask the kids. do they realize that they are no longer living? Like, if they do they realize that this is no longer their home? And I'd also like to ask, what version of the hospital do they see? Do they see it as how we see it now, abandoned, empty, and everything, or do they see it as it was during their
like still stuck in a time where
So like a patient.
exactly?
yeah,
And just like the geriatrics, like you said, and all that stuff,
Mhm.
a lot of spirits could see it the way in their time frame it was.
Mhm.
And I happen to wonder, I'm just like, I wonder if they can interact with other spirits throughout the timeline, or only spirits that's
Mhm.
through their timeline. So that's what I'd like to ask. But
I'm gonna ask what that mouth do.
oh,
No, I think if I could ask one spirit there any question, and then it's going back to 502. Well, I have 2 questions in room 502 that I didn't get answers to. On a not so serious note, hey, bitch, there's a door. Why did you go out the window?
And this man literally said it out loud in the room.
But on a serious note, I would like to be able to put the mystery to bed as to why the other nurse hung herself, or both of them, why they killed themselves, because there's absolutely no rhyme or reason. Nobody knows why the second nurse jumped out the window.
Yes.
But there's speculation as to why the nurse hung herself. It was said that she was having an affair with a doctor. She got pregnant. Well, in the early 1900s, that was unacceptable to be unwed and pregnant.
Yes.
Some say that she got TB, and instead of, obviously she knew what the patients went through.
Mhm.
Instead of going through that, she just offed herself. We'll get to the chat here real quick before we. So on a serious note, I would want to ask why.
Why did you do
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Selmo said he worked in Virginia, and from what he hears, there's a few abandoned asylums still standing that have been haunted for many years. Mainly kids were there. I believe it, and I'm sure we'll find them, and that'll be on our list of.
Absolutely.
Modog, living in Charleston, I know Glick has heard about all the voodoo and witchcraft shit that happens in the woods and forests of South Carolina. There's a place called Frogmore in South Carolina. Fuck yes. The Geechee, the Gullah, voodoo, hoodoo. Yep. Oh, yeah.
You didn't tell me about any of that stuff, so that needs to be on our list because that sounds super fun.
Billy said, Billy said, do you know Bobby Singer? You don't get that reference.
No,
It's a super. It's a.
I don't. I'm lost. Missed something.
The first response is, what do you want me to know? Yeah, man. Like, seriously. Ask them
what's your message
for
to the
more
world?
questions. Yeah. And then he's going to do a little ghost dance with them after he asks some questions. I guess after some thought, I would know what's after death. Yeah, I mean, exactly. But I mean, if they're stuck there, do they even really know what's after death? Maybe that's what is stuck after. Maybe that is when we all die, we would just become spirits. Maybe some are just stronger than others, and that's where we get our hauntings from.
Could be.
You know, our spirit leaves our body or whatever. I think I would ask how many souls are still roaming the grounds there, says Billy.
That might be a scary question to get answered.
Yeah, right.
To know that many people are still kind of stuck in limbo.
Yeah, we'll have to. We're going to do a show at one point in time where we're going to invite people to come up with us. We don't know when yet, and just share stories, personal experiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are going to do that at some point. Obviously, Modog, you already know. You got the invite.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know about Frogmore. Never been there, but I know about it. So we're going to go ahead and move into. Now we've kind of dabbled around it. We've kind of touched around it. Get into a little bit of the paranormal reputation.
So Waverly's reputation just grew tremendously in the paranormal circles, of course, after the buildings were abandoned. I think the insides really kind of didn't stay in good condition for very long. You would think it had been closed for much longer than what it has been. But you got stories going all over the place, from hearing voices to shadow figures, apparitions, doors closing and opening, footsteps, cold spots, you name it, it has happened. And there also is reports of something on the 4th floor that they call the creeper. And it is basically just a black mass that you can see coming down the hall. Don't really know what it is. Obviously, it's not a person. It's more on the negative side. I have been to Waverly Hills a few times. It is something I have seen personally, and it was scary as shit. And I will not lie, I took off running in the other direction. So,
yeah, right.
But you know, it has become one of the top places for paranormal investigators to go and try to get the proof that all this stuff exists.
Yeah. Real quick here in the chat before we get too far behind, Shaman says it would be messed up if you asked the ghost all these questions and they don't know shit. Right? What fucking good are you?
Man.
It's a good thing you unalived yourself because you're dumb as fuck.
They got the stoner one that's just like here for whatever, man.
Yeah. No, exactly, Billy. You know, it gives you an idea how many souls are around everyone at any given day, man. We don't know. 100%. Demons and angels, are they a real thing? That might be an upcoming show that we might discuss.
He said are a real thing.
Are a real thing. Oh, I think
yes.
I misread that. My bad.
If you believe in one, you got to believe in the other.
Yeah, essentially.
I mean,
I mean, you have
good
to.
and evil, they both exist.
Mm-hmm. You can't have peanut butter and jelly sandwich without peanut butter and jelly. So I'm just saying.
Good point, baby. Good
I'm agreeing with you. You know, you can't have one without the other. You know. Ask them who's around me and who's watching my back. Oh yeah, that'd be a good question to ask.
That would be a really good question.
Have, like, quote unquote, go back to guardian angels or somebody that watches over you and protection.
Guides,
which
all of that.
When we do our show where we share our personal experiences, I have a story about that same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I was in the house. It was hospital during the Civil War. That would be cool. Trying to get these damn things to work. Same happened. So nice, Selmo. Now thank you, because now that song is stuck in my fucking head. Instant earworm. I have a cardinal that lands on my patio damn near every day. Sits on the railing and just stares right inside my patio door at me. I would get it. Yeah. Okay. I think it's my mom. So back into the reputation here. I'm trying to keep up with you guys and still trying to stay on track here as well. Like Kayla was saying, it's become a major destination for paranormal investigators. I do want to say, you were talking about the building. It looks way older than what it really is but when it's shut down and it was abandoned for so long, you have to remember people were breaking in and doing God knows what. Obviously you see all the graffiti and whatnot throughout the building. So unfortunately people have caused the building to age more than what it actually is. But yes, Waverly has been investigated by paranormal groups, featured in paranormal media for years. We've all seen the TV shows. We've all seen the documentaries. We've probably listened to podcasts, much like ours, not like ours because we're way cooler, but about Waverly or various locations. But here's something I want to know. I'm kind of curious about. Does a place become haunted because people experience something there? Or do people experience things because they've already been told that the place is haunted?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I think there can be actual experiences that people have, but then you have the people that hear about them and they go in and I'm going to experience this and I'm going to catch this, and every little thing they take as a paranormal experience. Whereas, in my opinion, you should be trying to debunk anything that happens in there. You hear something, you go try to find it, see if you can replicate it. You know, every single thing that you hear or see in there is not paranormal. Most things can be debunked.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yes.
I would think so.
Yes.
I believe as long as the living goes into a place that could be haunted or spirits, I mean, it can increasingly become haunted due to energy and everything, attention, and all that kind of stuff, especially if it's a traumatic place.
Yeah.
I think in the simplest answer and the most quick answer I can give you guys, I think it's a combination of both.
Oh, so my answer.
Yeah.
You're stealing my answer.
Oh, no, I'm just saying I'm like agreeing with you.
No, you said it's a Glick answer.
So I was right?
You are.
Because you said it's the typical Glick answer, but I was right.
Well,
I've got this on recording too. Y'all heard him say I was right, right?
So basically we're so in tune with each other now between everybody else that I have to share a brain cell with, now you have joined the group of sharing this brain cell. So I'm in agreement with you. I think it's a combination of both. And that's why I said that's my Glick answer, because I am, instead of giving an actual answer, I'm just agreeing with you. It's a combination of both.
Oh,
but,
I mean,
it's basically what
you
I would
always
have said.
choose the easiest one. Whatever
Whatever
you want.
Whatever you want.
What do you want to eat? Whatever you want. Okay, great.
The Bible does frown. The Bible frowns on a lot of things that we do in life. So, La Quinta Hotel in Irvine this weekend. The hotel is a converted 19th century grain warehouse and a bean silo.
Huh.
Hell yeah! Well, Chaka.
Nice.
If you you'll have to keep your ears and notifications on, that way you know when we're going to do our show and invite people up on the panel and they can share their own personal experiences. But so the whole point of tonight's show was we had our own experience. We got to go be there overnight and just do whatever we wanted, I guess. I mean, they do essentially just open the doors and we'll let the hyenas loose. So, you know, we it was cool. We'll say that. But, you know, now we're going to get into our night at Waverly Hills. We spent the night at Waverly Hills. A history lesson is now over, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's going to get personal. This is what you guys are here for. Because Kayla and I and Connor and his dad, the four of us all went. We didn't go there in the daytime, and we didn't get the history lesson.
You got there at like 11, right?
Or anything like that. We were there.
Yeah. It started at midnight, so we went in. We were there during the witching hour, and
it was all dark the entire time.
We spent the entire night. Now, I know you don't have to do paranormal investigations at night. You can do your investigations anytime. Ghosts are not on a schedule. The paranormal doesn't. They're not trained SEALs at SeaWorld. They have their own schedule. They do whatever they want when they want.
They're not sitting there waiting to put on a show for you.
Yeah. It is just a lot of time. It seems like it's most active at night. So yes, you can go there during the day and still see things and experience things. But we spent the night there, and that's cool in itself.
It is to see all of it and just, you know, and there's still, you know, some of the rooms have things still in them, and you know, to see that kind of stuff is it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we have some pictures, we've got some videos, and our personal experiences and emotional responses to things, and we're going to talk about all of it.
So yeah, this is a portion where we're going to take a turn, and this is all personal. This is not.
It's just what happened to us.
Yeah.
You know, the next person could go in there and not experience a single thing, but we're telling you what happened during our stay, our experiences.
Big terms, lots of different examples. No, we didn't actually sleep inside. We were there all night. I personally could have probably went to a room and taken a little nappy poo. Wouldn't have bothered me none. I don't know if these guys would have wanted to sleep there.
No, I slept the entire day before, so I didn't really need.
Yes, like Modal said, before we get into our personal stories, and I'll let Connor or you, whichever one of you guys start first. Like Modal said, don't forget to smash that like button. Hit the subscribe, give us a follow, bio.link/Nonsensical Network. Don't forget, we do have merch. That's on our social media. That's what I forgot to download into the app.
Yes, we have merch now. So get on, take a look. There's shirts, there's tumblers.
And as always, when we're live, we do have the super chats as well. So if you guys want to help support the network, if you want to grab some of your own gear to represent us, it'd be greatly appreciated. Help keep the lights on, so to say. A little ad break here. Now back to your regularly programmed show.
Oh my.
My face while he did that was so judgmental.
It was. I could see it on the screen. It was very. I thought about pushing you off the bench.
So when we went in, we kind of. I think most of the time we were all just kind of like roaming ourselves. We didn't spend a ton of time together. This one you couldn't keep track of. Every time I turned around, he left me.
But I wasn't hard to find.
Think to your
I mean, so who wants to start with their experiences?
The body shoot worked. They did have shitters. Shitters were not full.
Thankfully.
I'm not sure I'd sleep there, but I'd spend the night. I would 100% sleep there. Did you see, hear, or feel anything? Well, that's what we're going to talk about right now. And we got a guest tonight, so we'll start with our guest. Connor, you want to let everyone know kind of your firsthand experience? And
yeah. So I don't know if you guys believe in this, but I am an empath, so I tend to feel a lot of emotion in everything within a room, and I can feel energy changes and all of that kind of stuff. And one room that I walked into, I did start to have a heavy feeling on my chest, and I did start to have a slight panic attack. I was with Aunt Kay, but I'll let her tell you her experience.
Dog.
Did Connor lose his virginity there? We did talk about him having sexual relations with ghosts before we went.
My dad is probably watching this, and he's gonna yell at both of you.
Me?
Yep. I had no part of this.
I didn't do anything.
Do you
Sorry.
carry crystals, Connor? Shaman said.
No, I don't. I really do need to start doing that. I do have crystals at home. Me and my aunt started to get into it and kind of lost momentum, but but I'd like to get into it again and start carrying crystals and all that kind of stuff. I am a very firm believer in spirits, and I am a very firm believer in not pissing them off, which these two tend to do a lot. They like to provoke. a lot.
I asked nicely first. I always ask nicely first.
Your version of nice. But I tend to be more of the good kind of person that they'd like to talk to. I mean, if they'd like to release rage, these two are the people that they'd like to do that to, because they like to really push all of them their buttons just to kind of get a reaction and everything.
So did you have any other experiences besides the one that room?
I am a nursing assistant, and I did in fact go to Walmart before and get scrubs with my father. So I could possibly provoke something. And since all that kind of stuff, and I have the experience to be semi like a nurse and walk in. So me and my dad and my aunt, we decided Glick was doing his own thing, but but we decided that it would be a good idea for me to simulate how nurses would walk into a room, greet themselves, greet the patient, and introduce themselves and everything. So I did that, and Aunt Kay was on the, what was it, spirit box or something? And what did you hear after I greeted myself? We were in the children's ward where we believed little Timmy was, because my dad and I found a ball in a room. So we decided, we're like, okay, screw it. Let's push it down the hallway. So I gave it a little tap, and it went down 4 to 5 rooms. I'm like, there was no wind moving at all. And it just went back and forth throughout the hallway. And then it went straight perfectly into a door. So we're like, okay, well, I guess we're going to start an investigation there. And then we sent Aunt Kay in there with her spirit box.
So I was on the spirit box in that room. I was, I had my headphones on while they were talking, so I could see if anything came through. Before they actually got into that room, I was trying to ask them questions and stuff. I didn't get any responses. And then when I went to leave, I made it to the door, and Stay Here came across the spirit box. So, okay, I turned back into the room. I sat down on the floor and was listening, and that's when Connor and them came in, and I actually caught his name coming across the spirit box. So
which we double checked recordings that no one else said my name. We wanted to make sure, try to debunk it and everything, to make sure my dad didn't say Connor. I didn't say Connor. And I in the hallway didn't say anything.
I asked as soon as I heard it if anybody had just said it, and I didn't think they did, but I knew I heard it.
We did try to debunk it.
That definitely came through.
But we reviewed recordings and everything, and nobody said it. And Aunt Kay did hear it. So we can't really explain that much, but that was a very cool experience. I felt a heavy presence the entire time when I was there. I felt a sense of dread. And of course, I didn't really want to say that it was me being an empath and everything. I wanted to kind of find an excuse for it. Just say that it's because I knew the history before coming here, and I knew that this place went through a lot, and a lot of people that stayed here went through a lot. So maybe I'm just feeling empathetic for them and all that stuff. But then as the night went on, I started to feel heavy in my chest, and it was just not a fun energy to be around. But yeah, that was my experience. I think that was it for me.
Shaman said you should definitely get back into it since you're a strong empath. and picked them from the store, not online. The crystals.
Yeah.
Shaman also said when you guys, to go back a little bit, about me wandering by myself and nobody knowing where I was. He said that it could have gotten possessed while we were gone and nobody would have known until it was too late.
Yeah.
Ask.
We'll get to it.
Any
Funny.
vertigo symptoms or anything? I didn't have any personally. I don't think.
You don't think?
While we were there, did you guys have any of those vertigo symptoms?
I was definitely having some issues. There was one room that just anytime I walked by it, I just like felt the need to go in and see what was in there. It was a larger room. So I was kind of in there just kind of looking around, taking some pictures. And we did have the K2 meter. And there was one specific area that it would go crazy in. And that's when I started feeling like it was almost hard to breathe and I was getting dizzy. And literally thought I was going to be sick. They pulled me outside for that.
I did.
Now
I overcame my panic attack and I drug her outside because I'm like, we are not getting sick in the middle of this hallway. I'm like, we're not doing this right now.
Now, from that point, things got a little weird because I had kind of vertigo, I guess, for a lot of the remainder of the night. Like I would be walking and these two were on each side of me and it was like bumper cars. Like I could not walk in a straight line for the life of me. Like,
which we gave her the benefit of the doubt because she tends not to really walk in a straight line normally, but
that is true.
So we gave her the benefit of the doubt and just been like, maybe she's just off balance and everything. Then stuff started getting weird, which you can.
I think the most concerning thing for me, because to be honest with you, like I'd been there a couple of times. So like I was expecting a lot more than what we got, or at least what I thought that we got when we had left. And then I was informed of some of my behavior that night that I have no recollection of whatsoever. Going up and talking to these strangers that I've never seen or met in my life. I don't do that. I'm not a people person like that. Just kind of looking around and just kind of being out of it. I honestly don't remember any of it, but Connor and my brother-in-law were there. They did see it. And from that point, they kind of kept an eye on me from that point because this one was off on his own somewhere. Like I didn't even know where he was. Because he left me.
I noticed it first because with me being an empath, it's not only rooms and stuff like that. I can sense when something's like wrong with someone, or when you walk into a room and you feel like, okay, they were just talking about you. Like kind of that feeling.
No gas station sushi. She don't eat sushi, period.
But I knew something was wrong with her because she was definitely not acting the same because a lot of that stuff. What?
He has no idea what he's living with now.
I'm currently doing online exorcism courses, so I can be an ordained exorciser.
Yeah.
Now Shaman's gonna go, wait, you're gonna be a personal trainer?
Baseball bat and personal training? What is going on? But I did have that experience, and I did have.
Well, she had the experience. Does she remember it? Not at all. But
I don't remember that. No.
Which was really concerning because the same night when we got back to the hotel, we were completely done with the investigation. I asked her, I'm like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine," and all that stuff. So she went to bed and everything. The next day, I asked her, She said, yeah, I'm fine. And then when she came to my house, she's like, I don't remember a single thing. I'm like, okay, so that's a little concerning. All right.
I did have some stuff with the K2 meter though that did we have video of it, but I did ask it to go and make it go up to red, and it did it on command back to back when I asked them to do it. So I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. I had gone around the room, every outlet, every wire, all around the walls to kind of get that base reading, and I really wasn't having anything.
A lot of the power was off.
Yeah, most of it was turned off. But I got this when I was literally standing in the middle of the room. So it wasn't close to any walls, close to any outlets.
Close to her phone.
Like,
we removed her phone from it, and it still went.
Yeah, I recorded it, but
yeah, we got the recording right here. I can play it.
Yeah,
we can play it real quick. You guys can watch it. It's about a minute long.
Can you make the light go to red? I know you can do it, you just have to get close. Get close to the green light. Thank you. That was awesome. Can you do it one more time? One more time, make it go red. One more time, just get close to that green button, make it light up red, please. You gotta get a little closer. You're almost there. You got it almost all the way up. Make it go up to red. Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, EMF reader.
yes.
And being the genius electrician I am, I'm just going around grabbing wires like, yeah, that's dead. That's dead. That's dead. Probably could have ended up as one of the ghosts in that building.
Which you also touched too.
Oh, yeah, I did that too.
Wires, yeah.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Modog, we're already on it. We don't have a lot of pictures. I do have an audio when I was in room 502. I can't get it onto my fucking laptop. I'm trying to. But I am going to upload stuff onto our social media as well. We've just been waiting until we did this show. But I do have audio where I was in room 502. And there was nobody at that point. There was nobody on that end of the building. There's a loud bang. Something.
We didn't get any voices.
Yeah.
Voice EVPs.
Kayla sounds like a professional.
Same my first time.
Who are you gonna call? Glickbuster. Yeah, we'll show you guys. You're gonna have to turn up your volume, or if you got earbuds in, this next video, it's only about 15 seconds. I have listened to it over and over and over again. I can't figure out what it is, but I'll give you guys a listen. We'll play it a couple.
I can hear it.
Yeah, you can barely hear it. It's right at the end. So it's just real quick at the tail end. There's a voice. I can't make out anything, but we're gonna post that up on social media as well. I've listened to it with noise canceling earbuds in and everything. unfortunately, for the most part, we didn't catch a whole bunch. These guys, they were both affected. I was affected to the point, like literally when we left the property, I knew that my mood had changed, but as soon as we left the property, it was like a complete 180 for my mood.
Yeah, he was not typical Glick in there. Like, definitely stayed off to himself. He just kind of was in like a very broody mood.
There was definitely no rhyme or reason for my path that I was taking. I was just kind of going wherever I was being guided. I did spend quite a bit of time up in room 502 by myself, alone. I got up there into an area, when nobody was around, so that was nice. I was taunting a little bit.
A little bit?
Okay.
The nurse that killed herself, that jumped out the window. I asked the question why she would go out the window, or I said, why would this dumb broad yeet herself out the window when there's a perfectly good door right here? What a dumb bitch. The door was 2 feet from the window and it led to the roof. So, I was antagonizing a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay. I made a couple of snarky comments about the nurse who hung herself. Asked, why, and essentially calling her weak and stuff like that. But nothing. Well, at the time, I didn't know. But while I was in that room, and we didn't notice it until we got back, apparently I did maybe touch a nerve. And you can see in this picture here, again, we'll put them up on social media. That might be a little bit better. I had got a nice scratch on my neck.
Yeah, that one might be better.
Yeah, this one might be a little bit better. You can see, I don't know why I'm putting my arrow over there, like people can see my arrow.
But you're not showing them anything.
Yeah, and I didn't notice it until we got back. I felt a burning, like a little bit of a burning sensation on my neck. And we got back to the hotel, and I was washing my face and rinsing my beard out because you're in this dark, dusty, cluttered ass, building. So you felt gross, and it was hot, so we were sweating. And then when I lifted my beard back, I noticed it on my neck. So I had that, and I'm assuming that happened in that room, which justified because I was being a dick.
I do the same thing.
You heard, yeah, like right at the tail end, and we'll put it up on social media. Yeah, it's like a groan, or maybe if I had recorded a little bit longer, we might have caught a little bit more. Any weird dreams since you've been back? Are you guys? I always have weird dreams, to be honest.
Yes, say like I tend to have weird dreams, anyways.
Yeah.
I tend to get weird dreams, but before we go.
Good point.
What the hell?
Maybe she was thrown during a struggle.
Nurse that went out the window. Guys, nobody know, like there's no stories behind it. They just know it happened. Mm-hmm. Ghost comes back on EMF to Glick and says, "What's a yeet?" Yeet. Run it back.
Damn right.
Never do that, Glick. Never do what? Antagonize, provoke, taunt. Have we met?
Trust me, I have talked to them. I told them my
Yeah,
dad
don't
is
matter.
the same
We're
way.
gonna do what we want.
Whenever they antagonize or taunt, I make sure I stay far away from them.
So, like I said, I mean, that was kind of crazy. I did get scratched on the neck. Dreams that stand out. I mean, I generally always have a lot of crazy dreams. I had dreams about Waverly before we went, but not after.
I tend to get dreams like couple days before a ghost hunt. I've only went ghost hunting 2 times, and one was Waverly and one was Trans-Allegheny.
Mhm.
Both I had very odd dreams about it before the ghost hunt. I don't know why. Can't really explain them. I always just use the excuse that, again, I knew the history. So maybe I'm just dreaming about something.
Yeah.
But
so we did get some pictures.
Yeah, we got some pictures. I'll share some pictures with you guys. I'm just getting through the chat here real quick. That's not necessarily. Someone said sounds like they may have been doing sacrifices there because the death toll was tragic and massive. I mean, in all honesty, if you're a serial killer, or if you want to do a ritual, a place like that or an insane asylum is going to be like, if I'm a serial killer and I can go and just
make it look like natural causes.
Yeah, just kill a whole. I mean, well, they have those angel of death, which we'll get into serial killers eventually at some point on this show.
Yes.
But they have the angel of death nurses. You know, that's what they call them, and they just rack up bodies. Why not? I mean, there could have been somebody there killing people.
But,
also, at the same time, even if you stab somebody, it's the 1920s. They're not going to go. They don't want the cops there. They're just going to chalk it up on the death report as TB. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did read. I did have a point to sit down while we were there because he was chilling in 502. God knows where she was, but she was still acting strange.
I probably didn't know where I was.
I think she was in a room sitting crisscross applesauce in a dark room by herself and just swaying back and forth and listening to the spirit box. So I just walked straight past her and I just gave up at that point. But I did lay my eyes on a nice looking chair. So I popped my sweet ass down. I sat down. So I played on my phone a little bit, of course, because I'm a screenager, as everyone knows. And I did do some research. Apparently there is said to be a death that also happened in 502 where there was a kind of like a drug gang that killed someone there because of a dispute or something like that, as well as there was a homeless man that was seeking shelter in there when it was abandoned along with his dog, and he fell down the elevator shaft with his dog and died at the bottom of the elevator shaft.
Damn.
Which my dad did not know. And my dad did say that he saw something small crawling around and stuff, like a dog. But I said I didn't really know it at the time either. So I said maybe it was just a kid. Maybe it was a kid height and everything. So we dismissed it until I read that. And it was very possibly could have been a dog. So, I mean, there was a lot of dark things that happened there, and that was only things that were documented and stuff that were believed. I mean, there could be complete other things that people got away with that happened there. I mean, drug deals gone wrong. I mean, just a lot of shady stuff could have happened there, especially since it was abandoned. It was not taken care of, and it was a place at a top of a hill in the dark where no one was. So it was a perfect place for something shady to happen.
Modog, I gotta agree with you there. You know, I think dreams beforehand is just the excitement and whatnot. And Billy, to be honest with you, a combination of both. You know, I'm not so much of a provoke more. I'm more of just general conversation with this situation. But I will provoke every once in a while and taunt. So I don't think I was just being a dick. I mean, outside of the employees, I didn't see any police or security around there.
No, it's actually it's gated at the bottom of the drive, and you have to drive basically up like a 1-lane road through the trees. It's like some Hills Have Eyes shit getting up there. So I mean, definitely could have random people, hiking up to it, but they've got multiple gates and everything that you have to get through to get up to it.
Yeah, so we got a few more pictures here. Now I did on these pictures, I'm going to show you the full picture. I'll show you guys the full picture, and then I also did a
Nothing, go ahead.
I also did an edited, so I'll let you guys look at that one for a second, and while you're looking at it, if you want to throw in the chat if you see anything or what you see, and then we'll give you the edited with the famous paranormal research circles. That's the
circles.
Yeah, I think that's just the outside. Yep. Okay, so we got this one. This is from the outside. We were actually getting ready to leave. I was just taking pictures of the building. So if you guys have to big screen it, let us know in the chat if you
you need to take a screenshot, zoom in.
Yeah.
Or
We've got it zoomed in that circle.
I know. I just wanted people.
I'll get it up on social media, Billy, or I can send it to you on Facebook Messenger. Either or. 5 pounds of police, 25 pounds of security. So, yes, we have this picture, and I took 3 pictures back to back. Yeah, something like that. Sure, words are hard.
You had to count.
Yeah. So again, I don't know how well you can see it on your screen, but here's the edited, kind of zoomed in with the circle. Right smack now, off to the left on your screen is the 5th floor, where the gargoyles are, is the 5th floor. This part of the building you do not have access to. So this is as we were leaving. I don't know why I keep messing with my arrow, but right inside that window, I don't know. It looks like a person to me. I could be wrong, but that looks like something or someone. Probably one of the nurses I pissed off.
But yeah, like he said, that area is cut off to the public, so
Yeah.
no one's allowed to go in there. It's off limits.
It really is, Billy. It's an absolutely gorgeous building, architectural wise. I love it, but I'm a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. It's a shame that it's kind of went to hell. Is that red light supposed to be on? What red light? And they're up to. I don't know what that person's up to. Yeah, top right there around that red circle.
Our little rough sketch of a circle.
Yeah. There are on the ends of the halls, there are some red lights throughout the building because they do have the only areas that are lit up in the hallways, and you'll actually see it in another picture coming up, are your exit areas. There are big red signs.
Leading to stairwells with lights on.
It is a shame. I agree. Middle of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the left. Let me get rid of yes. Oh wow. Is that a light right there? I see what they're talking about. Or is that something else we didn't notice?
I think that's probably just from the night mode.
Maybe.
There are also people finishing investigations.
Then we have, I think this one might be, no, this one is mine, I believe. So this is just in a hallway. Obviously, so right here's that red light. That's where the exits are, the stairwells and stuff like that. And again, I don't know how well you can see the pictures on here. But that's what those red lights are, the exit signs. But I got this red light district, baby. I don't know if you guys can see anything in that, but
On that one.
I'm gonna give you guys the edited, zoomed in circle. Right there on the left side of the wall. It's and there was nothing down that hallway. There was nobody in this hallway. Again, as they said, I was wandering aimlessly by myself quite a bit. and I stayed away from the other people that were in the
did.
group.
He tended to kind of go off by it.
Because it was a large group of people. I did a really good job of staying away from people intentionally. But yeah, right there around that, or inside that blue circle, it almost looks like a two-headed creature of some sort, or person, or thing. One question. Did you? Don't know. Nope, but next time I will. And I'll record it for you guys. This is what it's like.
That was one of the
That was one of the baseball poor Connor's like, these people are weirdos. Hey, he's all in. So I thought that was a cool picture. Leave it. I've tried to zoom in on it, clean it up, everything like that, and I cannot make out what in the hell that is. Just something crazy. I think your gummies might be kicking in. I don't do gummies. I don't do the drugs. Kayla got this picture here. Again, straight down a hallway. Nobody's around. As you guys can see, you're probably not going to be able to see anything. But as we take a closer look and we zoom in, there's a mist or a fog on the left-hand side. And then this is kind of creepy on the right-hand side. You can see a
shadow
full
of a full person, head, shoulders, arms, torso.
Human. Yep.
Legs.
And as Connor pointed out earlier, you knew where I was because I was the only jackass in the entire place using my flash on my camera. So I wasn't hard to find. I could not figure out the camera on my fucking phone to save my life.
No, I mean, everyone knew where he was. I mean, he pretty much announced it.
Yeah. Did they allow access to the body shoot? Yes.
Yes, they did.
It is a place that I'm disappointed because I didn't get to go down and spend time like I wanted to, but it was also there was a lot of people down there. Unfortunately, it was
unfortunately, with the group investigation, it was just there was people coming up, there was people coming down, being loud, being not respectful of other people.
Lot of things that can pollute a lot of things that we recordings, videos, pictures, anything.
Now, given the opportunity, I would 100% go down into the shoot all by myself and hang out down there and chill for a while if I could have access and nobody else was like no other groups could come down outside of our group, or if I just went alone, I would go alone and hang out down there.
I also did cry. I walked into a room and just started bawling my eyes out.
But
I had no idea.
You did have 100% full access. We got another picture here. This is another picture that I took. I was in room 502. I was just taking pictures, random snapshots. I got a couple pictures, essentially the same thing, but in a sequence, which is kind of crazy because multiple pictures and what I think I caught, what looks like something to me, was not in the other pictures. So here's the actual picture. And again, I don't know how well you guys can see it on your laptops or phones or whatever you're watching. So we have the nice little zoomed in circled here for you. Oh yeah, I would go all the way down to the bottom of the chute. I would just hang out in the entirety of the chute. 55-inch in 4K. Hell yeah, baby. Got us on the big screen. So we'll get you the zoomed in one here. So this is the zoomed in, and right there, I mean, tell me that doesn't look like a face right there. And I have multiple pictures of this same window, and it's gone in the other ones.
And this is fully, I know it doesn't look like night, but it is. So
yes, it is. It is still the middle of the night. This is. I did figure out how to use a night mode on my phone on the camera, so I'm not completely stupid, just mostly stupid. So But that's kind of crazy.
But something that I did research before, because unlike Glick, I did my research before.
I didn't have to do my research.
You found stuff out. I know.
I know, like
I always do research before investigations because I want to figure out what kind of spirits are there and what we could expect. And there are these things called the peepers, and they are half body apparitions that tend to peek around corners, and that is one.
yeah. So I mean, that's about it. Like on pictures and stuff like, and I will be getting it up on social media, so you guys will be able to pull it up and look at it a little bit better. And then these are just a couple goofy pictures because we were in the morgue, and I wanted to climb into the I guess freezer where they would put the bodies. So I spent a few minutes just hanging out in there. Kayla was taking pictures.
Because I went to do it and he literally had to do it first.
I didn't.
So I said I'll get in, and he was took off and crawled in.
Yes, yeah.
So,
I was at the other end of the building and I heard it, and I just came running. I body checked her across the morgue.
He did.
And then I climbed in there.
I know, he's such a gentleman, isn't he?
Yeah. I was in the death chute at the time, and I came running all the way out of
body chucking his girlfriend. They very.
Before you zoomed in, I thought there was a body standing in the doorway entrance on the back right. Let me pull it back up and take a peek. Yeah, so in this sequence of pictures in this particular room 502, when I was taking pictures, the body was standing in the doorway entrance on the right.
Oh, I see what he's talking about. Do you see it?
Girl, I can't even see the
yeah, I do kind of see that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do. Let me.
Your cursor was showing like that. There, right there.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. A lot of these pictures in this sequence I've kind of looked at, and I've also went like, that was nothing. You know, there was a lot of things in those pictures that I was snapping that kind of got my attention. Does that color in the window match the color in the wall on the right? No, it was the camera mode I had on my phone. Yeah, so
again, the phone was a very tricky thing for him to figure
I was struggling.
Sure, it's safe first.
Make sure it's safe first. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's it. That stuff on the wall. Yeah, so again, and some of the stuff that we didn't bring up on here, I'll post on social media, so you guys will be able to kind of glance through it and all that stuff. So real quick, kind of as we get ready to wrap up, we've almost met our mark that we promised Shaman 2 hours.
I know, we're there.
So I guess this can go for both of you. After spending the night there, do you guys believe that Waverly Hills is haunted?
I do.
Yes.
But like I said, I have been there. That was the third time I was there. Mm-hmm. So I am also taking my experiences from the other times and everything combined. I 100% think that there's something there.
Yeah. I think there's definitely something going on. But being my first time there, this leads into, you know, would you? I know, and I already know the answer because I would. So, would you want to go back and do it again?
I would, but I would love to be able to do like a private tour if you could find enough people and just go with, 10 or 15 of us.
Yeah, a private
My
group.
dad would love to.
Yeah. I think it would be really nice to be able to go in and do that on your own so you can coordinate where everybody is and you're not really getting the pollution on
You
the
can,
recorders.
You can
and all
separate
of
into
that.
groups, and then
Mhm.
afterwards, you guys
yeah, split into groups
converse
and
everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you guys go to the 5th floor for
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
an hour, and then we'll
Kind
go
of like how
here.
Trans-Allegheny was.
The scratch did not get infected. I think it's all healed up. It also could have been the portal that led to possession. So we'll see what happens. We shall see. And yeah, I mean, I'm 100% down to go again in a smaller, more private group.
Yeah.
Than spend the night. You've done a few places now with you and Rob. I don't think your opinion is really going to change. You've done a couple places, right? You've only been to 2.
This is your second. Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I've gone to a lot of places, so my feelings on ghosts are already concrete. You know, with your including this experience, Connor, has your feelings changed on whether you believe more, believe less?
I do believe more, and I believe in this experience really opened my eyes to the variety of different kinds of spirits, because just like humans, they all have their emotions, and they can all portray it in different ways. And it's something that is very scary, and if you do not handle it with care, it very well can go bad.
Yeah.
I have the feeling that I will always respect the spirits. Those two can speak for themselves, but I respect them because I know that I don't know what kind of power they have over me. Nobody does. And it's very well, you can very easily get attachments. There's a lot of spirits that like to attach to you because they want to get out, or they want to leave. They want to feed off your energy and stuff like that. That's why it's very important afterwards to, I'm going on a tangent here, but it's very important afterwards to just seal the deal and just say, you may not follow us home. Like all that kind of stuff, just to protect you and the home that you go back to. So, because they are not welcome into your home. And, but it definitely opened my eyes to a lot of different kinds of spirits, and I do believe a lot more.
No, and Modog, I know Shaman agreed with you. I'm gonna agree with you too.
Absolutely.
Place almost has too much dark history with bad shit that happened there for it's not to have someone hanging around, whether it's residual or active. Plus, we also don't know the history of that area before. I think Connor brought it up earlier. Could it have been burial grounds? Could battles happen there? Any number of things can happen.
Native American, stuff like that, indigenous stuff. I mean, we really have no idea what that land has been through. So.
Stage the car after you leave. The spirit realm is nothing to play with. I am protected and covered by the blood. Why you got blood all over you?
And see, that's one thing. There's been so many break-ins and people going up there and doing graffiti and doing all kinds of stuff. I know they used to have issues with people going up there and trying to use the Ouija boards and doing the rituals and stuff. So you don't know what other people have opened up in that building that never should have been there to begin with.
Yeah. As well as being abandoned, they had no restrictions. They could have done anything. Seances, they could have done anything to open anything that happened in there. And we have no idea that any of the spirits there were even alive. I mean, some of them could very well be demonic, and some of them could have very bad intentions. And that's why you have no idea who you're talking to, like Aunt Kay said. You could be talking to a kid, or you could be talking to something that's mimicking a kid. And you have no idea what you're talking to. That's why I deal with them with respect. But that's better safe than sorry.
So I'm going to ask you guys, and I'm going to ask you to opinion. If the opportunity presents itself, where is our next location that you would like to go? And where do you guys think we should go? Or ideas to go.
Yes, if you have any ideas, definitely tell us.
I have two places in mind.
Okay.
Of course, the Conjuring House.
Mhm.
I'd love to go there. I mean, I mean, there have been seances held there. I mean,
it's the Conjuring House.
it's the
Yeah.
Conjuring House. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. And I'd like to see the Queen Mary too. There is said
That
to
would
be
be
a
a good
lot of
one.
spirits there, and
That'd be a good one.
that the ship crashed into another ship, and the propeller
Mhm.
killed a lot of other people
Mhm.
because it got sucked under the ship. But
Visit my job. On our way,
I
shaman.
worked in a nursing home. Trust me,
Yeah.
it had to be a haunted. I mean, doors opened by themselves. So
Would be cool to do a live stream at the next place if at all possible. That is something
We'd
that
have to look into
we,
how we would do that.
yeah, service would be number one. We can do it on
Yeah.
the phones. We would-
Yeah.
yeah, we'd
So-
have to be careful though if we're like in a public kind of area and everything, talking to you guys.
so
and all
where
that
would
stuff.
your
One of my top places I would love to go is Eastern State Penitentiary.
Mhm.
Like, that place is supposed to be absolutely insane. I've seen it on a lot of different shows. I've looked up on it. I think that would be so much fun. The problem is there's so many places that I want to go. Like, it's hard. It's just, okay, which place can we get to next the
Yeah.
quickest? And we'll just start marking them off.
yeah.
Penhurst would be awesome to go to. Eloise,
hmm
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Eloise would be awesome. I think on a more doable and like next, I think we should start planning and looking into. I've always wanted to go to Helltown.
Well, I think that will be our next trip with some help
Yeah,
from
maybe.
Modog.
Yeah, maybe Modog will join us as we go to Helltown. That's a place here in Ohio that I've always wanted to go to.
I feel like I'm kind of on the losing end of that, though, going with me and the two of you.
What?
Like, someone be babysitting the two of you. Like,
Oh no, don't worry.
you
I'm
two
going.
are absolutely ridiculous.
Don't worry.
Like,
I'm going. Even if I can't be there physically, I'm
She
going.
said we're children, Modog. And she said together we would be terrible.
I will make sure I bring the purple crayons to keep you occupied.
Eastern State would be awesome. No, I think, and being able to do and actually have happen and make happen, I think it would like to really go to Helltown.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of spots. I mean, it's hard to go to at night, but there's spots that we can go to during the day, like the
Yes.
Moonville Tunnel and MacArthur, or different areas down in Southern Ohio.
Mhm.
Hell, even here alone, right here in our own backyard, we literally
Near jail and
we have a haunted walking tour that you can do for Newark, where we're at, with the
Mhm.
jail and everything like that. So there's options there, but I think Helltown is going to be the one that we
that's definitely next.
plan and schedule next.
I think Franklin Castle is someplace that we definitely want to go. Like, you can go up and actually stay there, rent the room and stay there. So I
that's
think
something I'd love to do. I
think
stay.
that's definitely on our list. Mansfield was really good too. I've been there a few times, and it really
that the
is
place I
like,
went when I was younger.
yeah, that's where your pictures were.
Yeah, I've been to Mansfield a lot growing up because it was,
I always get stuff at Mansfield.
Yeah.
Where did I see that?
I want to hit you guys, and you guys can answer too. These are just quick questions. I want to ask you guys just quick answers.
Us?
Yeah. All of us can answer.
Oh, okay.
And the chat can get involved as well. And if you guys don't know what Helltown is, you can Google it. You can wait, and we'll tell you about it.
Yep.
I am obsessed with Helltown, Ohio. So that's definitely something that I've been wanting to do for a hot minute. And you guys can play around. This is like a little lightning round, real quick. Room 502 or body shoot? I'm asking you guys again.
502.
502.
I'm going to say body sheet.
Look, I know it's open at the bottom, and we're in Kentucky, and there are like a lot of wild animals that can rip you to shreds. So I'm not walking down to the bottom.
I'm the king of the forest.
You are not the king of the
I am
forest.
Hey,
Glick
Tarzan,
Squatch. I am
calm down.
Glick Squatch.
Okay, and in reality world here.
Lord.
I think I can fight most animals in Kentucky. They do have
Oh,
bears. They got
Lord.
black bears.
I know they do.
I can fight a black bear.
Oh. Just stay
Go alone or go alone or bring a bear or bring a team. Bring a bear. Go alone or bring a bear. Go alone or bring a team.
Bring a team.
Bring a team because you
You
can
can cover more areas.
you can cover more and have more possible
Yeah.
more experiences. So
Near. There you go. Modog put the Helltown in the chat.
Sweet.
Billy said 502.
Yep.
Ghost box or EVP recorder?
Ghost box.
You know, I don't know. They don't really say. I would go EVP.
yeah.
See a shadow figure or hear a voice?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Both?
Shaman.
It depends what the voice is saying.
Ideally, I want something to touch me so I can have like that experience.
Ghost box. I think I would want to. No, I would definitely want to clearly hear a voice because you could almost explain away a shadowy figure.
If it's a shadowy figure, agreed. But if I could see a full ass apparition, like 100%.
Yeah. Ghostbox voices are better than the figure. Child or adult apparition?
Adult.
Child.
Mm-mm.
I have more connection with the child. Children.
Shut up, Rocky.
Both places that I went to, remember?
What did
I've
he
had-
just say?
He said
Do I want to know?
Glick touched her so she can have an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go adult. I think I would definitely go adult.
Kids break my heart. Like I
Yeah.
don't like seeing that.
I have more connection with
Would-
both places I went
Yeah.
to.
Would you sleep there alone?
like with my team
Alone.
and like go in a
No,
room by
like,
myself.
Alone.
Like
By
in the
yourself.
entire building.
No, I mean like you see these and then they split up and everybody goes to different rooms to sleep by themselves, but like they're still the team in the building.
Sure.
I would do
Yes,
that.
I do that.
I would.
I don't want to be the only person in the
If I'm the
building.
only one in the building and something happens,
Mhm.
safety wise, I'm no.
I would definitely. I would probably do it by myself, 100%.
Well, you just have a death wish. You just want to be.
I think it'd be cool. I would do it either way, with a team or by myself. But best believe if I'm going up there by myself, I got my pew pew and my stabby things and my blunt objects. Because if something,
Whoa,
if
yes.
something human or animal tries to fuck around and find out, I'm going to be prepared. Unfortunately, my photon phaser has not come in, so I
Oh
can't
my
fight
God.
with
Next
that.
question.
I think we already know the answer to this one. We would definitely go and investigate Waverly again.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We've already said that. So you guys have been kind of chatting with us throughout the night here. Let's see. Child is less likely to be mean.
If it's a child.
I don't know. Shit weirds me out. Yeah, kids weird me out, man, because it's too many times you hear stories that
Yeah.
kids aren't actually kids. You hear
Yeah.
the
Or
the black-eyed kids or
Mhm.
demons will or
They
whatever.
take the form of a
yeah,
child.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
male violent ghosts will take the form of a
Mhm.
child or whatever, because we're likely
Yeah.
it's in our nature that we're
Yes.
going to be more trusting. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes they say that they'll take the form of animals because
Mhm.
I know if a dog comes up, whether it's a ghost or not, you're going to be like, oh, just
I will
leave
be
me.
screwed if it takes the form of a dog.
Yeah, come
Because I'm
here.
gonna take it home with me.
Not sleeping, said Sean. Never go alone. Rule number 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a Sasquatch. He's not afraid of anything. Children are misleading and make you feel safe. Yep, 100%. This is the same person that said he would fight a pack of, I said I would fight a kangaroo, not a pack of kangaroos, you jackass.
But yeah, children tend to be. You let your guard down with children.
Yeah.
They get away with things easier.
So you guys have been asking questions, but I'm going to ask you guys the questions, and feel free. You don't have to answer now, but you can drop a comment on the YouTube channel or our social media or any of that stuff. If you have any more questions that you want to ask us about our night there, feel free to hit us up on social media, leave a comment. We'll respond back. And if you've been there yourself, tell us what happened to you. So anybody listening, if you're watching the replay or whatever, and you've been to Waverly, tell us what happened to you or what you've seen or what you heard. But we're getting ready to wrap this bad boy up. So,
Who did we promise? Shaman?
huh?
We promised Shaman. Is that who wanted it?
2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaman, we got you 2 hours. So,
yeah, Appalachians, black-eyed kids have been seen all throughout the
oh, I would like to go there and see all the stuff.
Yeah.
The Appalachians. They're supposed to.
Either way,
I think
I would.
they've not. I think
I would
if there
already
is
have a
one
little.
thing dealing with haunted, there is another
I've
thing
got
dealing with
Squatch.
the
He'll
unknown.
take
Yeah.
me.
The Squatch ain't gonna do anything in the Appalachian.
I saw it. I'm one of their people.
Exactly.
Girl, bye. Sit down.
I saw a Glick Squatch once. That's where my family's from. They're from the Appalachians.
Hmm.
Both sides of my family originally before they came up here.
You say it right.
Huh?
Appalachian.
Yeah, I also say Louisville. Why? Because it pisses people off.
Louisville.
It's Louisville. Your next Beyond the Veil show. Have a panel where us guests can tell our stories. We said that earlier. We're going to do that eventually.
Totally do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
So
don't know why I'm saying that.
throughout everything, obviously there is something about Waverly Hills that I think it's easy for people to forget.
Mm-hmm.
Before it became famous for ghosts, as we said tonight, it was a hospital. People were sick. People were scared.
Yes.
Families were taken, torn apart, essentially.
Yeah, I think they forget the
Mhm.
reality of why
Mhm.
Waverly is there.
Yeah. People lived there. They died there. And whatever you believe about the paranormal, the history is real. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
that's facts.
Yep.
That's 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's nothing to debate about it. The stories about spirits are something else. Some people believe them, some people don't. And honestly, after spending the night there, I think, I've always been into this stuff, but I think after spending the night there, I think there's something to be said about the other side.
Mhm.
We didn't physically see a full-blown apparition. We didn't hear voices talking to us, but
But the next time you go, you might.
Mhm.
Just all in all, these spirits, a lot of these spirits that we are talking about and everything, and just running to go find and everything, some of them were human once,
Mhm.
and they did go through something very traumatic
Mhm.
at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I pulled a Glick and said at the end of the day.
at the end of the day. But yeah,
Yeah, whatever, Shaman.
all the viewers can thank me. This is going to be a short. Appalachian territory is a different kind of animal. It really is, man. It really is.
Go there.
Yeah, I would love to go there. But yeah, like I said, we don't know, and sometimes not knowing makes the story worth telling. And drink, bitches.
Shot.
Yeah. I don't know what to
Sorry, guys.
So thanks for hanging out, watching Beyond the Veil. We are back. We will be doing this every other Sunday. We got no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We do have another show locked and loaded in the chamber, ready to go. Maybe we'll plan the panel show as well.
Yep. You can
We'll
certainly do that.
we'll pick a date and we can put it out on social media,
Mhm.
and then we'll get people signed up. We'll limit it so we don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But we can have up to 9 other guests on the panel.
Mhm.
So, or have people kind of come in, like, you know,
Yeah,
first
just
hour,
roll
like,
in and out.
you know, like first hour, you guys come in,
Mhm.
and then after that, then the second hour, we'll bring in, or however it pans out. But
We'll figure it out.
we'll set a
We should
date.
do that now.
We'll throw it up on social media. But this has been Beyond the Veil, one of my new favorite shows that I do here on the network. Why? Because I finally get to talk about the spooky, creepy, scary shit that I've always wanted to and never been allowed to, because the other network people didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to do it by myself. So, so thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias. And until next time, keep looking beyond the veil, y'all. Hit these buttons and get the flock out of here. Maybe.
Peace out, y'all.
Oh yeah,
Bye.
enjoy a little kissing Lilith.
I can feel it crashing, maybe I'm the problem, I don't know what to do. I can feel it crashing, maybe I'm the problem, I don't know what to do.